It's hard seeing a good thing go to waste. But for two recent UWM graduates, our unwanted food is a source of inspiration. Jeff Marshall and Grant Yockey host Dumpster Delights, a quasi-cooking show that chronicles dumpster diving and cooking with the ingredients that they find. I went behind the scenes to experience the dives, the cooking, and what inspires these two to get down and dirty for a good meal.
I worked at a grocery store for a while, and to see foods that have been untouched and unprepared just get thrown away in mass quantities, it was very disheartening. And for us, it feels kind of good to raise some awareness towards food waste, but we're not really going out to solve the problem.
We're just letting people know that this food is out there, that it's available. If you're brave enough to get it, it's available for consumption by you and your close friends.
If it didn't come from a dumpster, I mean, honestly, all the food I've made on this show is worthy of being sold in a restaurant, if you ask me.
Exactly.
Jeff puts on his diving uniform.
Just wear clothes you don't care that much about, and some shoes that you don't mind getting dirty, and you're good to go. Wear gloves. You don't want your bare hands in there. Trust me.
We hit the road to an undisclosed diving location, which Jeff and Grant referred to as Old Faithful. Unfortunately, we took a dive on trash day and were left empty-handed.
Well, no luck at our normal spot. Old Faithful didn't turn out to be so faithful at all. It's actually quite adulterous.
That didn't stop Jeff and Grant from pressing on to diving at a recently closed supermarket. Which proved to be a gold mine of produce.
Grab in the middle, hold in the middle. There's a lot of goodies in here. Is it planned for throwing away all this food that's gone bad? And
Might as well put it back into the earth.
Might as well turn it back into dirt. There's a reason we inject our soil with ammonia and other sulfates and crap just so corn can grow. Silly.
Good for us, though.
The last spot of the night didn't have the gourmet ingredients they were looking for. But it wasn't short of interesting finds. We call it a night and head back to the house for some dumpster snacks and to get some rest for filming tomorrow's episode.
It's garbage.
Delightful.
I came back to Jeff and Grant's house to find the two preparing for today's episode. The produce is washed, the table's prepped, and Jeff dons his custom chef's coat to begin the filming.
I'm a huge fan of this apron. Hey folks, welcome back to another delicious episode of Dumpster Delights. Today we're going to make some gnocchi for you, potato parsnip that is, with a nice acorn squash and sweet carrot sauce. Let's get started, we have a lot of work to do.
The veggies are cut
Parsnips have a very fibrous core.
and grated. Things start to heat up when Jeff heads over to the stove to make the puree and to fry up the gnocchi.
And our dish is complete.
But the work doesn't stop there. Jeff heads to the Golda Meir library to edit the diving and the cooking in this week's offering of Dumpster Delights.
I'll film the entire episode, cooking and diving, and then I'll kind of like sit in my head of what I want to say in the monologue, which I'm getting better at. For the most part, we'd wing everything, and that worked out for a while, but you got to have some sort of storyboard or idea lined up, at least loose notes.
Each episode Jeff puts together is an example of the growing problem of food waste, but it's also an opportunity for him to address the issue proactively and have some fun while doing it.
Biologically, our planet thrives off diversity, just like a good community would. It's fairly detrimental to our ecosystem and our planet. And then to take, the product of that action, bread or corn chips or something like that, and just throw it away and waste it, I mean, we're not getting anything back from that. Much more disturbing things than what we're doing with our environment as far as humanity is concerned. But I mean, I'm a fat kid at heart, and I love food, so when you throw it all away, it hurts my feelings. But I also know that there's plenty of people out there who just can't make ends meet and can't get the right food for themselves. And, it's just kind of a slap in the face. I was making decent food out of garbage beforehand, and we might as well film it and tell people about it. I love food. I love television and entertainment, and I am a graduate of UWM's journalism program, so I felt that it'd be fun to combine all three things to do a slightly informative but mostly idiotic and entertaining show about this problem.
After a hard day's work, we pack up and head back to his house for some good old dumpster delights. What was once waste is now a tasty meal. Be sure to follow Dumpster Delights on YouTube and Facebook for some more tasty delights. For Media Milwaukee, I'm Harald Reynolds.